So shall I start?
Yes, Abhi, you can start now. Yes.
Okay. So hi for today, and we have been getting to travel to the Milky Way, and we are finding the directions for it. Hopefully, we are going to know more about how to reach Milky Way in today's session. So, you know me, I am Abhi, and our big sun. Then we have Mercury, tiny little guy. Then is Venus, so hot. Then it is Earth and my little friend Moon. Then it is Mars, red planet, always having a lot of toys in its backyard. Then there is Jupiter. Then there is Saturn, all with the beautiful rings. Then is Uranus, tummy rolling all the time. Neptune, always shivering. And finally, there is Pluto. So, what did we see before? We saw where is the Milky Way galaxy. We found its address, and we know who is Sun. So, Sun is the oldest person in our entire solar system. He knows everybody's story. He has been there for before the time even the planets was there. So, he knows everybody's story. So, he's going to tell us all about the names of the planets today and how do they make their energy, how are suns made, and how old is our sun. Sun is around 2.5 billion years old, and it is in the middle ages of the sun's age. So, what did we see previously? In where is the Milky Way? So we were all asking about the directions, and I said, "Hey Q, so cute about you to tell me you are in the young age." And Sun asked, "What else do you want to know?" Said, "We want to know the reason why you got your name." So we were asking not only that, we want all the names of the planet. So and the reasons. So how did the solar system got its name? That is the question for today. So we are going to see it one by one. First, we'll start by knowing how did they got their name from. Yesterday someone asked me what are the scientists who discovered all the planets. It was not scientists. They were, yes, you asked, thank you. So it was not scientists. Long time ago there were astronomers who were living in Greece, that is in part of Europe. So there they were starting to look up to the sky and starting to think what is all this floating things. So they found the reason to call them all by the name of their gods. So they named each one of that star or a planet by the name of their gods, and we are going to see them one by one from how we are in Greece. So we are going to travel to the ancient Greece today. So first we will know what is the difference between astronomy and astrology. See, astronomy is about studying about the planets, stars, comets, all the other heavenly bodies that are there above our sky. But astrology is something that we do to find what is going to happen in our future. See, I live today. Today is 22nd of September. So what will happen tomorrow? I can have a prediction. Tomorrow I will wake up at 6:30. I have to do some work till 9:30. Then I have to get ready for this, get ready for that. All these are predictions based on my time. But to tell something, they said we have to look up to the sky to tell the time. So that is how astrology began. So what did they do? They found each one star, one point of star, and they said this star is in one group. This is called Gemini. This star is in one group. This is called a Capricorn. So every time when the sun is looking straight, and if it is coming from the east, sun always comes from which direction? East or west? Where does the sun come from? From the sky. Anybody?
East.
It comes from the east. So whichever star, thank you. So whichever star it is crossing on that particular month, that becomes the constellation star. So everyone becomes so interested in knowing each one by their name. So one is Taurus, one is Capricorn, one is Libra, and one is Virgo. Everyone who is born in that particular month got that particular star's name. So now why did they do that? They needed this because they wanted to know best time to put the seeds for the crops to grow. See, crops grow for some about how we all eat rice, right? Rice takes about 2 to 3 months to mature. So, and we have to always take into account which is the best time to harvest this crop. So what they did, they looked up to the sky and said, this is the right time, we will get more rain. So which when it is more raining, we will put this crop. So for rice, they found one particular time. For sugarcane, we have one particular time. We all celebrate Pongal. Do you know why we celebrate Pongal? Anybody? What is so special about Pongal? We eat Pongal that day.
We make lots of varieties of food.
We have that special day because that is the end of one particular harvest time. So in the end of January 15th, 16th and 17th, there is a transition of a climate that makes it a unique harvesting period. That is by another name, we call it as equinox. So from winter it transfers to summer. So that time we will take harvest of all the sugar. So that sugar becomes eaten in Pongal. So we call it as the equinox time. So that is a festival that is celebrated across all over India. It's called by different names in different places. So they were always thinking, ancient Greek people were thinking, they want to use that time to know which is the best phase for using the crops, and they are making more output from that crops. So that's how planetary astronomy started having the time. So they were looking at all the wheels and laws of movement of the stars, and they made one prediction that this is the right time. And since they always know their first god by their name, they called it as Olympus. Olympus is the first god who was all the known for the center of the entire universe. So they named him as the center god, and they made sure that everything around them happens in that way. So who is going to be the first one to come on this and who is going to be the last one to come on this, we are going to see one by one. But before that, I had a question, and I asked, why is there so much things to happen, and where did all this information come from? That came from lot of books. We have very old books. When we go to 12th standard or 10th standard or 8th standard or 7th standard, we will forget and throw away our old books. But ancient Greek people did not do that. What they did, they wrote that in a book, then they gave it to the next generation of people. This became epics. So the epics, like there is a book called Odyssey. It was written by Homer. It has been around for the last 3,500 years, and it has all the information about various constellations. Constellation of Orion, constellation of Poseidon, all these constellations were there, and they use this information to know which part of the time the story is happening. And my question to Sun again, what is a constellation? You keep telling constellation all the time. For that, Sun said, wait, I will tell you. Why you are jumping? The story is not yet finished. We will go, he said. So the next thing we are going to see is what all the gods are there and what all the names of the planet it has got from. See, in Indian mythology, everything started from Brahma. So Brahma and Saraswati, they were thinking about what we have to create. So we will create land, we will create water, we will create one god for protection, that is Vishnu, and we will create one god for eternity, and that is Shiva. Everybody they created, one after the other they started creating. So what they did, Greeks also followed the same formula. They used a principle of first creating 6 different things for every element in the world. So they created Zeus, they created Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter and Hesita. So all these gods have their own planetary names also. They are Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, Juno is one of the moons of a planet, Ceres and Vesta. All these are small planets, dwarf planets. So all these had a name. Now we are also getting to introduce a lot of names here. So I will show you a simple version of it. So these are all the different gods here. So each god had their own unique power. So what are their powers and how did they get all their Greek gods' name? They were all from the time period of some 6,000 years ago to 3,500, 4,500 years ago. They had all their names. But we astronomers, we wanted to have this very easy for this. So they had adopted an English name for it. So Zeus became Jupiter, Hera became Juno, Poseidon became Neptune. All these were translated easy for the English names. They were all the same names for a very long time, and then the later. Even Hades is a planet which is now called as Pluto, dwarf planet. So each one got their own name. So we are going to see one by one. First is Mercury. Mercury, you know, it is very always fast, always running around very, very fast. So they said this is the right god for sending us a message. So it's like the postman. When you give a letter to him, he will run around very, very fast and give it to him. So he takes just around 3 months to go around the entire circumference of the sun. So they said this is the right god for the messenger god. So Hermes is the god, and and Mercury got its name from god Hermes. Next, Venus. Venus is the very one beautiful one. So they said it has to be named by the planet which is of beauty. So Aphrodite. Aphrodite is she's a goddess of beauty and love. And actually, but Venus is not so lovable because it is full of exact opposites of Earth. So Earth is spinning in east to west, but Venus is spinning from west to east, and it is full of very poisonous material. So it is full of enormous rivers of lava. It is raining in sulfuric acid. It is a very strong acid and all these things. So they were like they did not know. Greek people did not know. They only saw through their eyes and said, "So this is very bright. This is very beautiful. We'll call it as Venus, or we'll call it in the name of their god Aphrodite." See how blind they were. They were not knowing what is there in the surface of Venus. But we know, so we called it in the name of Venus now. Next, Gaia. So Gaia is the personification of motherland. So for the Greeks, they said this is the only place where the mother goddess has given us life. So we have to protect it. So everywhere you see in life, there is water. So there was a lot of water in the planet. So they named her. All the things that is blue and green is Gaia. So this is how it is. So it is also very helpful because the planet is not only made up of water and a lot of green things. It has also got very big mountains. So all the atmosphere is there. So it is absorbing heat and dissipating heat. All these things are happening in a very, 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 very fast way. So that is planet Earth. So the third planet. Next is Mars. Ta-da! Mars is the one with all these spears and axes and swords. He is the god of war. So what they did, they thought, see, it is very red in color. So a lot of war is happening in the surface of Mars. It must be very full of death and destruction. So we will call it by the name of death and destruction, called god of war. It is Mars. So they thought it was like that, but actually, you know, for a very, very long time ago, there was not even one single microbe in the surface of Mars. Now scientists are trying to discover, is there any other life forms somewhere, maybe some 1 billion years ago, there might have been some life in Mars which we don't know, because there is too much of ultraviolet rays in that, because it is very thin atmosphere. It is full of hottest things in one side and very cold things on the other side. So they said we will wait and see. So that's how it got its name. So Mars is the god of war. Next is Jupiter. All the very big. So they said it is like how Bhima is. So it is very big. So it is very wide and it is very strong. So we will call it in the name of the most strongest god in the entire Greek mythology, Zeus. So Zeus is the god who got the name of Jupiter, and Jupiter is all full of interesting things. It has got very big mass. It is about 1,000 times bigger than our Earth, and it has got so many satellites. We have only one satellite, that is our moon, natural satellite, but it has 16 known moons and other many moons that are very smaller than our planet Earth itself. So and we know that from very recent time, that is around 400 years ago, when Galileo looked through the telescope. So this was one of the first planets we found through our telescope. So Galileo is the one who discovered it, the first scientist, if you can call it. Next is Saturn. Saturn is all about time. So he was the god of stopwatches. So you can call him that way, but He is the also the son of Gaia and Uranus, two other planets. So that is how mythology has written it. So who is Ganesha? How is Ganesha related to Shiva and Parvati?
Ganesha is the son of Shivan and Parvati.
Okay. So what about Muruga, Lord Muruga?
Muruga is the son
he-
of Shiva and Parvati.
Okay.
Muruga is
Muruga is
Shiva and Parvati and the brother of
See?
the brothers of Ganesha.
Okay, so you know how Indian mythology is. So everyone is in every way related to someone. So even Greek mythologists, they said we will put every planet for one particular family. So all the solar system's family members are related somehow. So every god and every planet is related in that way. So that is how they got their name. And Saturn is very unique. It has got its own rings, and it has got a very hexagonal shaped streams of air in the top on the North Pole and South Pole, and very different colors like Jupiter. So this is planet Saturn, named from the god of time. Next is Uranus. Uranus is the god of sky, and it is also the husband of Gaia. So that is the seventh planet, and Uranus is the first one to be discovered in the recent times. That is the last 200 years. So the next one, it was always very far. So it is too far away, and if you try to look sun from the one of the moons of Uranus, it will only be very small dot. It is not like our sun right now. It is very yellow and very bright, and it will blind our eyes. No, nothing like that. When you see sun from Uranus, it is very far. The next, why do we all go to school to learn math, science, every subject, right? So one of the scientists went to school to study maths and discovered Neptune. So Neptune is the god of seas, water. So it was the first planet to be in the color of blue. So they said this should be named after the god of the sea. So Neptune. So it was discovered in the 1870s or 1830s. So it was around 150 years back. And they said it should be named after the god of sea. So Poseidon is the god, and they use a lot of mathematical calculation to look at this particular dot in the sky, and they said this has to be a planet. So that's how it is. It is full of water, it is full of methane, and it is full of liquid ammonia. It's another kind of gas that is in the form of nitrogen and hydrogen, NH3. So we have known all these planets. Now we also have one more guy. What about this Pluto? So Pluto is named after the god of the underworld called Hades. So Hades is the god of underworld. He is not known to us by his name. So he is very far away. So they found other four guys, and they said we'll all name them by the gods of other underworlds. So they named them Ceres, Pluto, Ares, Makemake, and Haumea. All these planets have their names for their distance from their viewpoint from Earth. So these are all their names, and when you combine all their family names to their actual god names, so this is Mercury is messenger god, Venus is god of love, Mars is god of war, Jupiter is the king of gods because he's called as Zeus, Saturn is god of agriculture and a lot of life, Uranus is the ancient god of deity of heaven, Neptune is the god of seas, and the Pluto is the god of the underworld called Hades. So we have known all the names. Now my question. So cool, son. What is your name? We haven't heard your name. His son said, yes, I have already told you. My name is Apollo, and in some Roman mythology they call me as Sol or Helios. These are all the other names that they call me. Interesting. So now I wanted to ask. That moon got ahead of me. Said, now tell us about the days and calendar. You said something about constellation. You seem to have forgotten it. Now tell us about that. And I also said, not only 1 month, but all the 12 months and their reasons. And son said, okay, I will tell you. How did the days and months got its names? Fine, I'll tell you. And don't forget, because he already told us, it is because of time and constellation of stars that we got all its names. Now, my question again, why you keep forgetting it? Now tell me, what is a constellation? And You said you have told us that, but you have not told us yet still. So moon gods, ready, and tell me now kind of way. So that is the question for the next session. That is, what is a constellation? So that is to be continued. So what did we see today? We saw what is astronomy, what is astrology, how are all the planets and how did they get all their names, what are the Roman gods and what are the Greek gods that we know, and how are they related in mythology. So all these things we know. So this is the end of today's session. So if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Why does Pluto have a heart on its stomach?
That is not actually stomach. So it is filled with a lot of how do you say, different materials. So each one has certain levels of ice, carbon dioxide or dry ice, and when they have a different sand conditions. So if okay, there are very different types of sands. So once if it is very wet sand, it is dark brownish in color, and when it is very dry, it is yellowish in color, right? So like that, the surface of Pluto is made up of different kinds of sands, and when they combine, when they join together in that way from white and brown, it looks like in the shape of a heart. Any other questions?
What shape is Hermes?
What shape is Haumi? Haumi is like what do you say? Mm-hmm. Have you seen any? Have you seen walnut? Walnut shell? Have you seen walnut?
Yes.
It's in the shape of a walnut shell. So if you see, okay, have you seen that Ice Age movie? Ice Age.
Yeah.
There is a squirrel which tries to take that nut and try to break it, right?
Yes.
So Haumi is in the shape of that nut. So it is always trying to break it, and will not break. So Ice Age, a squirrel's nut is the shape of Haumi. So I will ask you a question, okay? So, who is the god of, what do you say, beauty?
Venus.
Okay. But what is her name? What is her name in Greek mythology? Okay. Her name is Aphrodite. Aphrodite.
But it's a little bit difficult for me.
Okay. Aphrodite. Aphrodite. It's like that comet that we called before, Comet 67P. Churyumov Gerasimenko, all that very big long name. So next, who is the god of sea? Which planet has the god of sea?
Neptune.
Very good. And what is his name? Can anybody tell? Okay, it's called as Poseidon. Okay, then what else we have? Okay, what is the other name of sun in Greek mythology? Sun. Anybody? We have
In Roman, it's Sol.
Okay.
S-O-L.
Okay.
And
Starts with A.
Apollo.
Correct. Apollo.
No.
And who is the fastest of the gods? There is one postman god. Running around.
Mercury.
Mercury. Yes. Called as Hermes. Hermes the messenger. Okay. So I will ask you a very known thing. So each one of you are born in different time, right? So what is your star sign? So I am Sagittarius.
I don't know my star.
You don't know it. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll learn about it tomorrow. So tomorrow's class is on knowing what is your star sign. So you all remember your birth date, and we'll look at it and we'll point it out and say this is our star sign. So everyone will know that tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, Abhi, for the
Thank you.
sessions, for today's sessions.
Thank
Children, we'll see tomorrow at at 10 o'clock. Okay, and please log in 5 minutes earlier, at least 9:55. You have to log in. Okay, Sana Aryan, yes. Today you're on time. Yes, you are on time, but you have to turn on your video and no dancing in front of camera. Okay, dear. And some of children are sleeping.
Is my star Aquarius?
We'll see that tomorrow. Sir. We'll see that tomorrow. We'll see that tomorrow. Each one will know that
I know.
tomorrow.
I know Lakshya is very curious to know her star. Lakshya, it's you'll know by tomorrow. Okay, you have to wait till that time.
Tomorrow at afternoon, I think I'm going for haircut. Because I got
Tanyashri, either you have to leave that hair and sit straight and tell me, or at least you have to curl your hair. Something you have to do. One action at a time.